make that Darius count for Heretics. Let's see if he can get it done. But oh my god, what is going on?
There is the first blood.
Oh dear. Well, that's a good start for UCAM. It is picked up by Duel. It's not the best target for the first blood gold, but again, we do see Ibo and Blurazor aggressively moving into that topside jungle. Now UCAM's bot lane are going to walk straight into Jack Spectra and Whiten, but level 1, the Lucian Nami doesn't have that massive engage power quite yet.
Well, we see this time. Oh my god, he gets the camp. This is huge. This is huge because now Jarvan is still level 1, and yes, another map split's coming in. But this time, it's not so poor, and he could like now get his camps on the bot side, and then try to maybe go for a cheese gank in mid and bot, and try to secure push so he can get the invade.
Okay, so we have this dream start for UCAM. What is Zyro doing over there? What are you doing there, mate?
Yeah, you go nowhere. It's good that he at least keeps his flash, so he's not being able to be perma-abused in mid lane. If you, in this scenario, just please do not flash, just hold the flash for next. And yeah, so this game is going to be, again, bot lane, bot lane, bot lane. And we can see again, there's the invade coming out. Jarvan's looking, oh, where's the Wukong? And tries to challenge him on every camp. And there is no smites up for both of the sides. So who's going to get it?
Zamlex rotated over and Blurazor tries to get away with the flag and drag, but he doesn't get the camp. He's now 4 CS to Tigers 11, and again, this same exact, as you said, same exact aggressive play into the jungle, but Heretics, they're not getting the value I think they want to be finding on these plays.
They're not getting the value, and this is good for Tiger. As long as he gets his camps, he's going to be very, very happy, because, as you said, Jarvan has 4 CS, not 5 CS, and he's level 2, Tiger is level 3, and this looks like a gank is coming up, or he's gonna go for the scuttle camp. And this is the opportunity where he can like, okay, I can help now my lanes because I have so much advantage in jungle, or I can just make sure that I clear my camps in order to have those gold leads and be able to fight them when I need to fight them.
Oh, now we see the aggression onto Zwire. Blurazor coming in for the support. He doesn't have that much HP himself, and there is a lot of threat onto the Heretics mid-jungle. And they are just going to sit back at their towers. We can see as we pan to bot lane, a lot of trading going through here. We had a lot of similarities in the jungle, but we did not see that early bot lane kill. Jack Spectra and Whiten performing better this time.
They're performing better this time, and it's really, really good for them. It's also very important for them that they get these leads in the bot lane, because as I see, every camp from Tiger is really going to be contested. Every camp, you see Jarvan. Now Darius is on there. I think he has to give his camp up.
Surely now he's going to have to give it up, I think. And now, you know, Doxy even here started to rotate over in Heretics, maybe trying to close a trap on them in the jungle. Only level 3, still the Jarvan. Apprehend does not land from Ibo. A flash in from Doxy, matched by Blurazor, who won't get knocked up. And now Ibo can start stacking up that hemorrhage passive. Heretics not feeling too good about this one. Flashes over the jungle wall, and Doxy desperately trying to escape back to his tower. Ends up using the W. I don't know if he's going to get apprehended back in. Bot lane as well, starting the fights, and the cleanses are coming out left and right. It's getting real tense across the map.
It's going really tense about the map, and Heretics is looking to fight him. Heretics is looking to skirmish him. Heretics is looking to pick up the kill, and we see this. The wave is coming in. Zyro's on his way to look for it. Maybe they can dive this. There's not so much mana, but I think they should be able to do it. But we see Heretics and Tiger are on the way. They're on the way to cover this. And Zyro, you're going to be fine. And
yeah, so
this game
they had the flashes, right?
They have the flashes, but this game is already tense.
Yeah, the Zwire, the fact that he comes down there, you know, they see him coming, but the rotation is already there. And again, it's a dive, it's a play they made in game 1, but this time they don't even get the kill this time. They don't get as much value as they even did in game 1. And this is a game where, as you keep saying, they need to get this value. They need to skirmish and get ahead early to avoid UCAM assembling this late game monster of a draft they have.
And we see the freeze on top, so this is good for Darius. This sets him up for success. He's going to be forcing a teleport on from the likes of Doxy, and he has to make sure that he's not going to die on that wave. So we see both teams understanding, okay, what do my laners need? What is the thing that my team needs? You see Heretics moving up, coming up to be able to break this freeze so Doxy can crash this wave and is not being starved of CS, which is exactly what Ibo wants him to be, is being starved from CS, in order to make him more useless going into later stages of the game. So there's a lot of things being done, not so much kills, but over the board, they're kind of even.
Yes, exactly. The attempts are being made for these plays, but UCAM so far been able to deal with what Heretics is throwing at them. Now, we do have both the junglers on the bot side once again. We did expect, perhaps, a lot of bot lane focus coming out of Heretics with the Jarvan Lucian Nami combo. Such a strong laning combo, but Tiger is ready and waiting for the counter. Double flash in! The synergy coming through, but Jack Spectre will get away despite being rooted. And again, Blue Razor is there to chase UCAM back to their tower.
Unfortunately, it didn't plan out, but this is a classic play, and it's good that they acknowledge it. Once Aphelios has Purple Gun, the Gravitum, you can stun people up, and this is usually when the wave is bouncing back. People are making these plays and trying to set him up. Unfortunately, it didn't land, and it cost Zamalek his flash, but we see an all-in coming in from Heretics.
Doesn't land the Shuriken though, but Tiger is ready, only level 4, does get the damage, and Heretics will use the second ult charge to escape from the Chaos Storm. Now it's Heretics dealing with the aggression from UCAM.
And this is going to be much, much worse for Zyro. He lost his flash, and by the time the next Akali ult is up, he is going to be in so much trouble, and this is exactly where the matchup turns into the favor of Akali. Once Akali has the ultimate, she can pressure, she can kill you, and there's going to be, the worst point for Zyro is going to be when the wave is bouncing back from, when the wave is slow pushing, he needs someone to be there, hold his hands, be able to crash waves in order to not die every single time once Akali is on.
Exactly, as now we see that mid lane crashing in there, and Blue Razor and Zwairu taking control of that bot side river. We haven't had any dragon tendency just yet, but with the priority over the map, Heretics, maybe they do look for it now. We'll see how confident they feel. These fights have been very, very close.
These fights has been very, very close, and they're just going for the reset. I think the reason is why... Hold on, we are going to see another game.
Flashless, I don't know if he even has Shroud, he has to go in to try and make a hero play, not a chance!
That is the wrong way! I think he tried to escape to the street, but it looked a bit awkward, and therefore going kill over to Jarvan, and it's important for... Let's look at this replay, right? There's the gank coming in, I was like, okay, surely he's gonna use E, surely he's gonna use E. The knockup lands, the gravity of the free field lands, and then we get the kill. The kill goes unfortunately to Blue Resort. It doesn't really matter that much. Yes, you would like to have the kill on the Victor. However, you get the assist, which ends up contributing to Victor's passive, which helps him to get more wave clear. And I think, yes, he's already at his first upgrade, as you can see in the bottom side of the screen. This helps a lot with wave clear, and it doesn't put him so much pressure situation once the Akali is out, because he can farm from distance. And here we are. Herald was picked up. Where do you think it's gonna be used up? Herald for, and why?
Okay, so I think that, I mean, you obviously, it's nice to funnel gold into hat-tricks, right? He's not having the best time in lane, but I think Zamalek so far has shown that he is a more reliable position to carry, and they are still, Zamalek and Duel, they're getting aggressive already. They are forcing, you know, forcing Jack Spectre and Whiten to retreat at this time, and I think if you can funnel more gold into that Aphelios, get him to that point where you can take over the fights quicker, I think you have a good chance of making that one work. So maybe I'd like to see him drop it into that bot lane, because those fights and the parties in bot lane have been real fun in this series.
Parties in bot lane, and there's the calling coming out, some little bit of trading, and both junglers are exactly here. Bot lane is the name of the game. Heretics has moved over Zyro, who's in base. The tidal wave is coming out.
Zamalek, he gets the healing out of the Moonlight Vigil, had the Severum prepared, and it will just be an ult for ult trade.
It's really just been ult for ult trade, but you see it's tense. You see both teams know, okay, if you get a lead here, maybe they can't place the Herald. If you get a lead here, maybe we can place the Herald. And so, oh, there's an invade coming out.
He's gonna spot it, and Blue Razor steps away, doesn't even have smite, he can't contest it even if he wanted to.
We're getting fist fights everywhere. Everywhere, it's the same thing as in game 1. Everywhere we see fighting. Everywhere we see people like looking for killing each other. Top lane, just the Darius all coming out. But this means the Drake is going over to UCAM, which is good. It's a tech Drake. Unfortunately, we won't get a Hextech Soul. It's the first Drake in 10 minutes. And it's a good thing for UCAM to pick up. The next Drake will be an Infernal Soul. But Blue is looking...
No, looking to go deep here. Zwairo's on the flank, the hat-tricks as well is there. Remember, Zwairo, I think he's probably feeling pretty confident, has that first upgrade, has been playing it out well, but UCAM, there's no need to go aggressive right here, right? We've seen a lot of fighting for them, but again, when the scaling comes down to it, the later this game goes, UCAM are the ones who've got to be feeling more comfortable there.
Exactly, and UCAM, the name of the game is like, oh, we got the first Drake. We actually bought us so much time. We bought us time But there's a pause coming in. And I think it's good that we get a pause because the pause gets us to settle a little bit down and talk about the dynamics of the game. Because I think we have been pressured to like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening.
Yeah.
And now we get to sit down a little bit, relax, and really think through, okay, what do we expect the both teams to show us? And what do we think is going to happen to the game? From my side, I want Heretics to kind of pick up the pace of the game and ensure, okay, we're going to push in mid and then shift towards bot in order to play Strel, because I want them to funnel the gold to Jack Spectra, which I think Nami and Lucian need in order to get to the point where they can skirmish and 2v2 them.
Yes, I think Jack Spectra and Whiten, they haven't been able to have as much of an impact maybe in this series as a whole thus far that maybe we would have expected previously. So I think, yeah, they could do with a bit of assistance, a bit of gold injection there to maybe get them off the ground, whereas Zamalek and Duel, they've not been able to find the kills this time, but they have been able to find a lot of pressure. They've been aggressively going for plays, but now Blurazor has an aggressive play in mind. On to Hatrix, flashing from Tiger, searching for Whiten, does find the knockup with the first Cyclone, but now Zyro's the target. Ult coming through from Doxy, and they'll find the mid laner from Heretics. It's them who start the fight, but UCAM who take the kill.
Huge pickup for UCAM. Huge kill going over to UCAM's side. Yes, Heretics engaged, and this has been a theme in the last game as well. Engaged, and they lost the fight. So, at the end of the day, UCAM lost this pickup. Not only they get the kill, they get the flash from Zyro, they get the flash from Blurazor, and that will help them be able to aggress onto the mid lane again. And watch the Akali cooldown. I guarantee you, once the cooldown's up, but there's just gonna be some lost taps. Oh, Ibo's in trouble.
The healing. He does avoid the outside of the Q, and Tygo's here. He doesn't have the flash, doesn't have the ult. Ibo with the ghost, and the flash should be able to walk out of this one. Tiger's not going to spend any more time there, but Doxy getting a lot of good damage trades in those fights.
Doxy getting a lot of damage hits, and we see the fight, the bubble lands, and you say, oh, this should be a quick kill. The knock-up from Lulu is huge, because then there can't be follow-up. Zyro's on the wrong side, and yes, the knock-up doesn't get him first. Then the Akali R2 comes in, they get one kill, get out, and they get two flashes on top.
Yeah, exactly. They just have so much follow-up there. It's so hard for him to escape when he's got the Ornn ult slowing him down. He's got the Wukong ult coming through, but maybe Duel has stepped too far forward. Jack Spectra diving forward with the culling, peppering him down. Doesn't have the damage to find the kill, though. This Lucian is really struggling.
This Lucian is really struggling, and we see the mid lane is coming in, like the Herald was placed, and this play was to ensure, okay, we can place the Herald, we can get it, and yes, they get some plates, however, they won't get the turret, so at the end of the day, it's 2 plates for the sides of Heretics, and I'm curious to see how we're going to pick up the pace, because yes, they have an advantage, however, I don't think the advantage is so significant that the compositional favor that has UCAM in the late stage of the game is going to matter that much. So I'm looking here at UCAM is in a really, really good position. It's the 1k gold lead, roughly 2, right? It's not gonna matter that much. As long as this game goes like this, and UCAM is able to get the items, pick up the items, they're in a fine situation.
And it felt similar in game 1. We'll have to think about that in a second, though, as Tiger and Duel going aggressive on the Blurazor, but Whiten's there to support still. This Wukong winning out handily and will push back the Jarvan. But now Zwiru walks into the jungle, but he's got no support. Duel under the Chaos Storm, but will simply be able to walk away. Out comes the stasis from Zwiru, but Hatrix waiting, ready to pounce, and will take the kill.
Hatrix gets the kill. As I predicted, look on the Akali flash timer, the Akali ultimate timer, my bad.
Yeah.
Ultimate is up, Zwiru no flash, guess who's going to die? Zwiru.
Yeah.
And the Victor is not looking so hot. He's 0-3 right now. He has his mythic already. And this is the point of attack. This is exact one of it. Like, support jungle, looking into the jungle, catching up Blurazor forced to go out. And then Zwiru is trying to help him on the rotation, but I do not think he should have done that, because now he's in the middle of 3 people. Taya jumps over the wall, knocks him up. Akali he even wastes his stopwatch, which could have helped him in the late stage of the game. Kill over to UCAM. UCAM is looking good.
Yeah, and in many ways, it does still feel like it's mirroring game 1 in a sense, where Heretics do have this small lead they've accrued for themselves, but they're not able to snowball it cleanly. UCAM always fighting them every step of the way, and unlike game 1, Heretics, they don't have a 3-0 Graves, they don't have an Azir scaling up, they don't have these same tools that they drafted in that first game. due to the fearless draft format that we have here in front of us. And UCAM, they're so much happier with this. Yes, it's lower kills, it's less action, but they are ready for this. They love this to be the outcome, and they are just waiting to scale up and start unleashing in the fights.
The dragon is going to be the next focus point right now, and for UCAM side, you can give this, because you already have the first dragon. You have the first dragon, and you are allowing yourself to scale in. So now it's going to be a question of, okay, are we going to contest the Herald? Are we going to trade? It's going to be the matter. But we see like the aggression from Heretics come in, showing that, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Blue Resort needs to be here, because if Blue Resort is not here and Akali is R, Akali can just all in and get the kill, and that will then help them snowball, transition the pressure that they have on mid lane into the bot lane. Because if you see bot lane, the matchup is going even. Yes, there's some gold lead on Jack Spectre. However, it's not going to be so huge, it's not that huge, and Tiger is trying to fight Blue. And now it's going to the stage of the game where they win the 2v2 in the mid lane. And this 2v2 mid lane is going to be so impactful, it's going to be so detrimental to the rest of the game. So I'm just curious, what are you going to pick? Herald or Drake? Which one are you going to trade? Which one are you giving up?
Looks like everybody's rocking up for this dragon fight as Tiger is dropping pretty darn low. He's have to slide away over the wall, and now maybe Heretics have a bit more freedom to do what they want here. But I'm gonna be honest, if this was reversed and Heretics had this situation, I would basically just be like, well, this game's probably over, right? Just the quality of these players, I'm expecting them from this position to be able to play it out, and I want to see UCAM play it out in the exact same way. But Doxy, he has to flash away from the Decimate and will get there. The Orinal to slow him down even further, desperately clearing out the wave, slows him with the Q, and Ibo cannot seal the deal.
Cannot seal the deal, but at the same time we see the Drake's going picked up, and this is a result of Tiger watching Chunk earlier on. And yes, there's like almost a kill going on the top lane, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because now they have the inside track. Kali is on the Drake. Zyro has to rotate over. Zyro is gonna recall, so I think it looks like Heretics is giving this Drake. They're gonna take the tier 1 on top for that, and this is really, really good. And hopefully we don't get the Cloud Drake, we get an Ocean Soul. Ocean Soul much better, and the team that is on scaling already has 2 Drakes. That is, UCAM has to feel really, really good in this position.
Yes, I think it was Kenren who said on the desk that if they lose... Oh, hang on a second. Samalek wants to have a little bit of a scrap in this bot lane, wants to get it started and has so much damage. Flash forward for the Vigil. It's not quite enough. The last Q with the Calibrum won't land. Heretics, they'll limp away. Hatrix, though, he's over the wall. He's got the flash. Does he want to go deep for it? No needs. Just going to clear out the minions.
You see how the momentum is turning into the favor of UCAM. At the start of the game, it was all pressured. It was all pressured. Bot lane was pushing in. Bot lane really looked to just neutralize. And yes, Heretics has 2 items. And now it's on the point where, okay, we can actually fight them. Give me the movement speed. I'm just going to hunt you down. Aphelos is really, really strong in the game right now. And yes, Heretics get the Herald. However, you have to ask for Heretics. How are we going to win this game? Darius is not, he has like a 50 CS roughly. But it's not like so huge that it's going to be, oh yeah, they're almost like 3 levels down. You see like there's 1 level difference. And I think Ibo is getting caught.
For the punish, he ain't got summoners this time, and there's 3, make that 4 members rocking up against him. Duel drops pretty low, but he's gonna be fine. No worries, has the shield, and the overextended Darius loses out.
The overextended Darius gets caught out, 1 kill again for UCAM, and this is what UCAM can do. They can just stall, they can just follow up the waves, pick up the waves, and just like, oh, we're just gonna play for the next Drake, and once you're playing for the next Drake, it's going to be, they have to fight us. So at the end of the day, it's coming down to I think this game will be only around Drakes right now. The Soul is not a Cloud Soul this time around, so UCAM can be like, oh, yes, the Ocean Soul can help us in the fight. It's not one of the strongest Soul, but let's look again how Iber got picked up. He feels a bit too overconfident, and he has no backup because he thinks, oh, I'm fine, and this team's on Herald, he gets knocked up. This is a bounty castle right here. 2nd knockup, 3rd knockup, 4th knockup, and he tries to pick up Duel, but Duel in the end has his shield, he's going to be fine. And at the end of the day, UCAM gets the kill, and Heretics get the Herald. And this Herald has to be used properly, and has to give them more gold. And right now, the question where I'm asking myself is, how is Heretics looking to pick up this game and actually like do something? Because I feel the pressure right here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking the exact same thing, Blackgate. Like, what can they do? They have to start finding some very, very high value plays. They can't afford to have their plays whiff like they did earlier in the game. And, you know, if UCAM, honestly, from the situation we have, the quality of players in front of us, from everything we've talked about the compositional difference, the scaling difference, how well UCAM have been managing it, if UCAM can't win this game, I think they're getting 3-0'd. This is such a great situation for them. It's like what Kenren said on the analyst desk. If they go down 0-2, I don't know if they have it in them to pull the reverse sweep, especially from such an advantageous position as they find themselves in right now.
If they go to 0 or 0-2 from their point of view, I don't think they have it in them. I think...
No. Hang on, Tiger's just gonna step away with the clone. The double root is there, but they got the... Oh no, there's the bouncy house again, and Ibash, the flash to safety with Ghost as well, but Tiger flashes ulted out of the Cataclysm, and he's back in for the next knockup. Zamalek untouched so far. Jack Spectra trying to flee. Will he be allowed to survive? Ibo healed by the Decimate, finds one kill, gets the ult, is traded back, and it's 1-for-1.
You see the compositional difference. This is exactly what we have talked about in the draft. If it comes to this, UCAM is favored. UCAM, you saw it, like, Heretics threw everything at them.
Oh, he has the vision advantage, Jack Spectra. That ain't safe, my man. Zamalek finds him.
Zamalek gets another kill, 3-0 on Zamalek. The feelings that you begged for, that you wanted to have, he's set up for success. He can turn this game. He has the control of this game. And in 50 seconds, we're going to see another fight because there is the Ocean Soul that we talked about, or the Ocean Soul point, rather. And now we can see, once again, Heretics trying to siege it up, right? Both mid laners are on top side. There's some love taps going on here, and it looked weird. Then the Bounty Castle is coming in, knock up 1, knock up 2. And then it looks like, okay, Heretics is going to grind. They commit with a Jarvan ult, but that is exactly what Heretics shouldn't have done. Zamalek goes in, clicks forward, and it is very, very close. They get one kill, and it looked like, oh my god, this could turn favor, and this could turn to fight. Which is 1-for-1 trade, and UCAM gets another kill, because Zamalek picked up Jack Spectre at the end of the day.
Now UCAM, they have the river control first, they'll find the scuttle if they want it as well, but they're already so confident taking these fights. This late game scaling option is already coming, but Doxy's been knocked up, does use the Bellows Breath to get away from that crowd control, and the Herald dropped in bot lane as well to try and split the focus, to try and get some value for Heretics as the game stretches on. Now they're staring at each other across the river. Who is going to blink first?
Akali's on the flank, and I love what Iber's doing. He's marking the flank. He's showing, okay, I can't allow Akali to get into the backline. But what we see is like, there's going to be engaged on Jarvan.
He's committed Zamalek, he's so low. Look at the Victor damage, and Doxy, the tank frontline, has already fallen. 2 for Victor. Once traded back Hatrix, maybe he can find that flank. He's got to do it all. Zamalek, he's managed to survive. UCAM, here come the scaling carries, and Heretics left running for the hills. They thought they had the fight. They thought they found the window, but absolutely not, says UCAM. They'll go to 3 dragons.
Triple kill for Akali, Dragon picked on top. It looked good at the start of the fight, but this game looks like it's over 3 dragons for UCAM. Yes, Heretics gets 2 turret at the back of it with the Herald. However, just spells disaster. 4-0 on Zamalek, 4-1 on Hattrick. The carry set up for success. Ornaments coming through right now. I do not think Heretics has the power to bring this back game into their control. It really is a miracle to be able to pull this one back here.
Think about the start of that fight. We had Zamalek and Duel on, what, less than 30% HP from the Victor? Doxy even? On a sliver of HP before he even kicked it off, and they still couldn't get it over the line. UCAM still were able to find it. These carries, Hatrix, Zamalek, they are stepping up so massively today against the EU Masters champions, against the Super League champions. They are showing their class. They're going toe-to-toe.
And we see the replay coming in once again. I love how Iber was marking the flank. And now you can see, oh, Heretics is like looking, okay, the Dragons at 6k HP. You see the one laser that makes him go. And the counter gauge from Doxy is huge. He flashes out, he's out. Yes, they get 1 kill on the Lulu. But Zamalek is still alive. The Akali is still alive. There is a 3 versus 4. However, the Akali still has the R2. They get 1 kill. Look at Zamalek. Zamalek is hitting the whole time. He has 2 good weapons, and then they pick up the 2nd kill. They get the 3rd. They get to Drake, and this should surely bring the ball into the favor of UCAM. And we're going to do a pause. And the pause is a good thing because we get to talk more about the game. And this crazy game is action-packed. I love both teams fighting each other. I love the energy that we're seeing, and I love how they're playing towards the composition.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's not as bloody, the kill count's not as high, but it's absolutely the same amount of action. Just that early game was so close on a knife edge, but this time UCAM, again and again, they were walking away without losing the value the Heretics were taking in game one, and this was the game where Heretics had a bigger early and mid-game kind of emphasis in their draft. They needed to make them work better, and they ended up working out worse. UCAM now so comfortable in this game, in this draft. I've got to imagine we're going to 1-1.
I gotta imagine that we got a 1-1. 1-1. That would be huge for UCAM. It would boost their morale, and that would spell that we have a series. And not only that, it's putting the ball in Heretics' favor. Okay, you have these champions. We have seen that this is a very different style from the game one, where it was more about, hey, okay, let's just have Zyro pushing in the waves and then assist Heretics jungler to get those camps, to get the lead, to attack every camp. Yes, they attacked every camp. However, Jarvan didn't get ahead, and there was not much resources denied from Tiger, and Tiger was set up for success. And you can see that in the jungle CS difference. And not only that, it looks to me that we're getting into the Baron dance. And what I'm curious to see now is like, okay, how are I going to use the lane assignment? At Paris, Ibo's on top because he has no TP. Oh, this is going to be engaged. He's getting caught.
Trying to collapse. He's got the ghost, but doesn't have a flash, and the rest of UCAM, do they want to commit? They actually don't. They don't feel confident. They don't have the damage dealers there. It will just be the ult committed for UCAM, but they're at the 3-dragon stack. They're almost at the ornament stage. They're 13 levels on Doxy. One more, and he can start boosting those carries damage output even further, and that is going to be devastating for Heretics in what are already very difficult fights for them.
Ornaments coming in soon, and I actually want to talk about which ornaments I would love to see come first, right? You have those two carries, right? There's like a tier list actually which orn items are the best one, and Hextech Rocket Belt is really, really good, and Akali is the one doing the damage. You want to upgrade Akali first, then you want to go to Zabolek, and then you can decide. I would prefer if Duel has like Moonstone because I'm a Moonstone enjoyer. However, like you see this combination, and it's really, really good to say, hey, we picked up a duo lane, a bot lane, that can withhold the pressure from Jack Spectre and Whiten. And this is good because in the next game, if it ends up UCAM winning, they can pick a similar style. Yes, they are forbidden the champions. However, they can I think Akali got spotted.
Oh, he does have the proc the crown there, and there's Blurazor to support them. Great place of the gravity up, but maybe Blurazor puts himself in danger, and Hatrix still finds one kill at the end of the day.
The 2v2 of mid lane and jungle is picking up the game pace. The Akali is a better champion for Hatrix. Hatrix has so much more control. I really like that they go for this Akali. Unfortunately, he's not being able to play it in the second game anymore, and third game anymore. However, this is what they need. They need to bring out the heavy guns and swing them. And the moment Victor goes on the side lane and not two people jungle support are showing up there, it's going to be disaster for them. Darius picks up the tier 2 in the top side of the map. 600 gold for him. Nice to have. Is that enough though?
Spectra trying to find Zamaleki. Gale Force the safety flashes as well. And he's got the shields from Dual Jack. Spectra absolutely ruined in the 2v2 in the mid lane. And now Whiten, they're very much on the wrong side of town. Hatrix trying to pull up Doxy. Won't find the knockup. And Ivo is there, but I don't think Ivo really wants any part of this when there is an Akali hounding you out of the opposite side of the map. There it goes in, and Whiten will fall. Hatrix even feeling confident enough to go for the dive on Ivo. The damage out of this world.
The damage is crazy, and at the pick Jack Spectre, I mean, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel the pressure that they have on. They feel, we need to pick something up. We need to get the pick in order to be able to win this game. They tried it. It failed. It backfired. Both liners died. This is the Nash. 40 seconds to the Ocean Soul. UCAM has every tool to win this game. UCAM is set up for success. UCAM, Nash, Soul soon. Akali, crazy devil, level 16, almost to be items, 10 stacks stock still. This is going to be it. This, Akali.
Okay, Hatrix, come on now. In the 1 versus 2, just let him get the scuttle. Give him something, man. You've got everything else in this game. Just let him have the scuttle. The rest of UCAM, your boys are coming in soon. The Drake fight is on the horizon.
This is really good for Heretics. Akali has no ultimate. This could, like, Akali is still strong, however, not that strong. And yes, the cooldown is not that high. However, like if Heretics is able to find something, they should go for it now, because Akali has no ultimate, and this is the only point of contention. And this is the only point where they can do something without getting murdered in this side of the game.
And that's why I can't really fault Jack Spectra going for that early play. As you said, they need to find something. They have to find something now. It's only going to get worse from here. Now, Zamalek, he's got no summoners. He's just got his ult back, and Hatrix as well. Now has the perfect execution. The fight just got harder. Two-man knocker from Doxy. Hatrix tries to play in, but he gets disrupted. Out goes Whiten. Jack Spectra never allowed to fight in this game. And in goes to the stasis to Hatrix as the rest of the fight just crumbles for Heretics. UCAM, they can do whatever they like. 17 kills to 5. Don't even care about the Ocean Soul.
They don't care. They're going march down mid lane. They're trying to pick out a hit. I don't think it's enough for them to game, but they're gonna get one hit for sure. They're gonna force jump to throw themselves, gonna pick up them hit, and then probably gonna take up the Ocean Soul. Nash is either going to end skip. Maybe it could be enough. 22 seconds on Victor.
Blurazor's outside of the base now. They forced him to ult defensively. Zamalek, he's going full hit. They've got one tower left, and Blurazor, he ain't getting out of that jam. Second tower falls, and just like that, UCAM, what a perfect execution of their comp in this second game. Straight